Started.
Good morning, everyone. I saw that we have some participation from some of the HERC chairs. I appreciate it. I know these are trying times, especially with this coronavirus outbreak, and I really appreciate you taking the time to chime in on the Higher Education Regional Council meetings for this spring. I'm Andrew Louters. I'm the program director with Academic Quality and Workforce, and I'm the one that's responsible for initiating all the HERC meetings for the spring semesters and coordinating all the activities with the chairs. So I'm going to go through the PowerPoint that I have up here, and I'm going to go through it quickly. If you have any questions, my colleague Victor is on. Victor, you're still on there, right?
Yes.
Good. Colleague Victor Reyna, who helped me. I want to thank him because without him, I couldn't get this thing started. And my admin, Christina Kelly, because without them, I couldn't get all these materials coordinated. So I appreciate him. You can chat and he can see it. He'll be able to tell me. So I'm gonna go through this quickly and hopefully we'll be able to answer any questions. And I did send you some other materials that I'll talk about. Let's get this thing going here. Higher education regional councils have oversight over many, but not all, just lower division courses and programs offered by community college, universities, and health-related institutions, public and technical colleges, and Lamar's. And basically, the regional council meetings, what we're going to be looking at is off-campus delivery of lower division courses and programs only. This has nothing to do with online. We don't have to do any kind of reporting for that. This is just off-campus, lower division courses and programs that you're offered within this HERC, whatever HERC that we're meeting. Right. There are 10 councils. You can see them and I did send you this PowerPoint, so you can be able to see it. There are 10 councils. You'll be able to see them in the maps. Each one has a responsibility of reviewing all the information and courses and programs that are being offered. Lower division courses and programs that are offered off campus in their region. That includes people who are out of their region that are going to offer something in their region. They have to report to them as well. The membership of the council is composed of the president or designated representative of each public institution. In the initial meeting notice that went out to all institutions of higher education, public institutions of higher education, they were required to send each chair, which I have listed on the website, and I sent it out with the notice of who is the representative for that institution within the HERC. So you should be getting several emails saying, hey, this is so-and-so institution. My representative to the HERC is so-and-so. You should have all these people's names, so therefore you can contact them. The chair is elected by the members. The term of the chair is determined by the members. And usually each spring they elect a chair, or some of the HERCs actually have a rotation. One institution has it 1 year, the next year the next institution has it, and they have a rotation that's already established. They're expected to meet each spring, and any business that arises outside of the spring meeting, the chair, who's elected during the spring, whoever's responsible for this 2021 year, will then tell the rest of the regional council members how we can address any other offerings that come up after the spring meeting. So just to give you an example, one of the institutions decided they were going to do some off-campus lower division program offerings that were not part of this meeting. The chair will then have a method or devise a method where he or she distributes the information to the rest of the HERC members so that they can review it and give their opinion and approve it. The chair needs to inform the region of the date and time and location of the meeting. Let's talk about that first. Date and time is fine. Location, in this current COVID-19 environment, we highly recommend or encourage institutions to do their meetings virtually. Because right now here in Travis County, we are pretty much on a lockdown. We're not supposed to leave our houses unless you're an essential employee. So it's highly encouraged that these meetings occur virtually. So in that case, I would probably, just to give you some ideas, have all their plans sent to you electronically and have it distributed to all the members so that everybody can look prior to the meeting. Then when the meeting comes, you can just go through any kind of discrepancies or concerns that they may have. Chairs responsible for reviewing the proposed off-campus lower division course and program offerings of each member public institution as printed on their off-campus instructional plan. I'm gonna go through that. Ensuring that each institution in the region receives notification of all the lower division courses and programs offered in the region by any public institution, even the ones that are outside the HERC, and provide the public institution in the region full opportunity to review and comment on the plans. I think we already said that. Chair is responsible for resolving any disputes, and that's going to be collaborative between all the members inside the HERC. If there's some disputes that cannot be resolved, there is a provision that you can send your concern to the coordinating board and send it to me. I'm the one that usually is the person who's responsible for communication with the HERCs, and then we can help you with rectifying or resolving the issue. And then to study cooperatively any methods for providing lower division off-campus instruction in a collaborative fashion. That's what one of the other responsibilities. The chair, the people on this presentation will need to send me the following information by June 30th. All right. All of the plans that are submitted by the institution, all the ones that are approved by your HERC. Meeting minutes, which tells the approvals or disapprovals, special decisions or variances, notification to the coordinating board staff of any outstanding disputes. But please, if you do put that in your minutes, let me know so I can be aware that there's something I need to address inside that particular HERC as far as programming, off-campus program. And the name and contact of the newly elected chair. That's really important because it helps me when I do the meeting for the next spring so I can easily update my list. The off-campus instructional plan must be submitted to the council by each public institution of higher education that's planning to offer lower division off-campus courses, clinicals, and/or programs in that region. Some of them are up for approval. Some of them you're just notifying. And I think there was a concern expressed by the Metro HERC about the dual credit off-campus offerings and how many there are, and if there's a way, and I think we've come up with a plan of how to address that, and I'm trying to get your feedback during this meeting as well. On the plan, you have two sides or two forms on the off-campus instructional plan. One side is where you're listing if you're just doing courses by themselves, and one side has programs. So right now on my screen, I'm showing you the programs. If you have a certain program that you are offering off campus in a certain HERC, in this HERC, you would list it on here. The ones that require HERC approval are at the top, and the ones that require notification are at the bottom. So let's just give you an example. For the most part, the ones that require notification are programs that you're delivering. I'm just going to use a number just off my head. I'm in HERC 10. And my institution is inside HERC 10. I'm going to offer lower division, and I'm a community college, lower division off-campus programs in my service area. Those are not up for approval. Those you're just notifying it because you're in your own service area. So you would list those on the bottom. I'm offering a auto body and collision repair in my service area. I'm down at the bottom, so I'm just going to list it down there. If I'm going outside of my service area in the HERC, then it needs to be approved. That needs to be at the top of the form. So the top needs to be approved. It needs to be approved by the HERC. The bottom part here on this program side, bottom part of the form, are you just giving notification? Same thing with dual credit programs. You have a program you're offering by dual credit, you can list it down down there. But I think we're going to try something new for this one. If it's dual credit, they're just for notification because they're not up for approval. There was a problem with listing all the programs that dual credit students have access to at high school campuses. So what we're considering is this. List the location, Andrew B. Loftus High School in Dallas, Texas. And I'm gonna have the location listed on the far left. And then what we're gonna say is just say dual credit program offering. And just leave it alone. That's all I need to know. Just need to know that's dual credit. Don't have to give the actual name. Just say dual credit program offerings. Just let me know it's a dual credit program. You can still say who's geographically responsible. And if you have a MOU, you put that at the end. We don't have to list each program for dual credit. Just say the location, dual credit programs, and then you can complete. And that'll be it for that one location for dual credit. The second side is courses. If I'm offering lower division off-campus courses in the HERC, those that are up for approval are at the top. So that would be courses that you're offering inside the HERC. For universities, is anything. You don't have a service area. For community colleges, is off-campus lower division outside of my service area. I would put it at the top for approval. The ones at the bottom are courses that are you're listing for notification but not approval. Those are things like courses that I'm delivering outside of, off-campus, face-to-face, lower division courses for community college in my service area. For all of them, for universities and community colleges, dual credit is just a notification. Once again, down here at the bottom, if it's a dual credit course, you're not doing a whole program, you're just doing a certain course. And I need to probably specify that. If you have a program that you're offering lower division off campus, and it has a certain amount of courses in there, if you list that on the program side, you don't have to list all the courses on the course side. I hope I'm making that clear. So if you have a program, you don't have to list each individual course that you're offering in that program on the course side of the form. If you've listed it in the programs, you're fine. For dual credit, once again, I said, you just say the location, dual credit course offerings. Then you just put in there dual credit, who's the region, geographically responsible institution, and do you have an MOU? Hopefully that'll shorten your form as far as dual credit entry. And if you have questions, put them on the chat, or you have the ability to speak, I believe. You can unmute yourself and speak to me if you have questions. The off-campus instructional plan. These are the things that need to be on it for community colleges, and it has on the in service area, dual credit, and exceptions, which I'll go over, require notification. Out of service area, lower division off-campus offerings require approval. So lower division credit, funded credit and non-credit courses offered off-campus, face-to-face, and or electronic to group. Face-to-face, I think is self-explanatory. I'm offering at a certain place. I know that right now that's probably not happening because of the COVID-19 situation. But electronic to groups, I doubt that's happened too. But what that is synchronous video conferencing. That is still location-based. So I'm going to offer a certain course at Walmart, something with business at Walmart, and the students there, I have the course on my campus, but it is electronically being delivered at that Walmart location only. They have to be at Walmart to participate in that class. That's electronic to group. It's not online where you can be anywhere. It's location-based. That's what electronic to group is. And it has to be both inside and outside their service area. All lower division workforce credit and continuing education courses that are offered off-campus, face-to-face, and electronic to group in Texas, both inside and outside the service area. Remember, inside the service area is notification. Outside the service area is an approval. All associate and certificate programs offered off-campus, face-to-face, and or electronic to group in Texas, both inside and outside the service area. Technical colleges and Lamar two-year institutions, lower division, formula-funded credit and non-credit courses, including dual credit and clinicals that are offered off-campus, face-to-face, and/or electronic to group in Texas, and associate and certificate programs offered off-campus, face-to-face, and electronic to group in Texas. For universities, lower division, formula-funded credit courses, including 4-credit extension courses, dual credit courses, and clinicals that are offered off-campus, face-to-face, and/or electronic to group in Texas. There's one I want to tell you. Sometimes some universities don't offer dual credit or lower division offerings off campus. They might not have anything to report. It'd be probably best for universities just to submit no lower division off campus offerings and submit that to the HERC if they have none. That does come up several times. For B, lower division credit courses, including 4-credit extension courses, dual credit courses, and clinicals that are offered on campus as self-supporting. That's for universities. Self-supporting is not really that prevalent. And what it is that institutions have courses that they offer that they do not report for formula funding. That allows them to have some latitude as far as what they can charge for tuition. Those courses have a certain part inside distance ed policy, and that's why they're listed inside the off-campus instructional plan. Because you still have to do 50-mile notifications for those types of self-supporting courses and programs. All right. Exceptions to the HERC. All the lower division courses and programs offered by community colleges, universities, health-related institutions, public technical colleges, and Lamars. So it'll be reviewed by the HERC, like I said, lower division, off-campus. By each higher education regional council, except for the following. Off-campus lower division courses and programs and clinicals offered by a community college within its service area. Those are ones that you list as the notification, but not as up on the top of that form as approval. Right? Off-campus lower division dual credit courses. Those also will be at the bottom. And as we said, in an attempt to try to make it a little bit less tedious to put this report together, if it's a dual credit course, you can just list the location, put in there instead of the actual course name and zip code and so forth. Just put dual credit course offerings and finish the rest of the form. That way you don't have to list each one. All right. Offered by universities, health-related institutions, public technical colleges, and/or Lamar State colleges. Universities, off-campus and community college, out-of-service area, lower division clinical courses, which meet all of the following. So if the university is doing lower division clinicals, or a community college is doing lower division clinicals out of its service area, there's an exception to reporting them if for approval. You would list them as as a notification without approval. If the students enrolled in the clinical courses are already employed by the facility where the course is being taken, the facility provides the institution of higher education offering the course with verification that no reduction in the number of clinical opportunities will be affected by this out-of-service area person going to that place. And then the institution of higher education shall notify their council and provide the council with written verification from the clinical facility. So the student is working at the facility for a clinical. The facility says, I know this person is not in the service area and is off campus in lower division clinical, or it's a university person, it's lower division clinical. It's not usually that prevalent for university. And since that person is here, I'm going to verify that even though they're not in the service area, it's not going to affect the clinicals that I have for students in the area. And then I provide that notification to the institution and to the council. Then you just list it as a notification for clinic. That's a special circumstance. when you submit your regional plans, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. You submit your off-campus instructional plans after your HERC meeting. There's two places. One, just put them in a. It is up to the HERC first way. The HERC chair can determine if they will put in all the instructional plans and submit them to the coordinating board, and then submit them to the Texas HERC site, or they can say, each institution in my HERC, you guys do it individually. It's up to the chair. We leave that up to the HERC. But there's two places that these documents need to be submitted. That includes the minutes and any kind of disputes and so forth that are not resolved. One is the document submission portal. Each institution has someone there who submits information into the document, into the document submission portal. This is like when they do new program proposals and so forth. It's usually out of the provost's office or your chief academic or chief instructional officer's office. And that person has a password, and that'll allow you to, you might have to give it the information to that person, and then they submit it. The other place is at the Texas HERC website. This has been run for a number of years before I got here, and it's by TSTC. And they have been listing all of the instructional plans that are submitted to the HERC on this website, and the public can see them. If you're trying to submit it there and you don't have a password, I have on the PowerPoint a email address. That person there, his name is Evans, that will help you in logging into that site and uploading the information. And like I said, it's up to the chair of each HERC whether or not you just collect it and then submit it all at once, or if you have each institution submit their own materials to these two places, document submission portal and the Texas HERC. Everything is due by June 30th, especially to us. For the document submission portal, when you're sending all the information to the coordinating board, it just needs to be in by June 30th. And I'm trying to stretch it as far out as I can. First of all, there was a lot of change at the coordinating board. We were trying to figure out exactly how we're doing processes right now. And number two, coronavirus. I know that we might need to look at that date again. And if you have any feedback for me, let me know. But if the meetings are virtual and you won't see them, hopefully that'll allow you to get all this done without too much of a problem. If I can be of assistance, I will happily help with whatever I can do. I believe that's it for the PowerPoint presentation, and it ends with my contact information. I also sent you inside the email the HERC context list that has all the chairs' names. And as well, I sent you the dates, the list of dates, which I'm gonna go over real fast. Please forgive me. I'm trying this sort of new. There it is. There's a regional chair list, and each have the list that has all the chairs in their institutions. If there's something that needs to be added, let me know. I'll fix it. And if I didn't fix it in the past, I will get to it this time. Just let me know. Get to this one here. The important dates. Oh, there it is. So the week of March 16th, the memo was distributed to all the chairs. We had our orientation today. The institutions of higher education are supposed to respond by March 27th, by Friday, with the representative to the chair. We have a HERC representative orientation meeting next Tuesday, I believe. And there's a link on the page, and hopefully that'll go off without any hitch. Like I said, this is going to be sort of different because we're doing it from home. And the HERC chairs need to provide me the date of their meeting by April 9th. You just got to tell me when your meeting is going to be. If it's going to be virtual, hopefully you all, especially now, and I know up here in the Travis County area in Central Texas, we're pretty much on stay-at-home orders from our counties. And any kind of disputes or any kind of new information that's presented to the HERC, the chair will have the responsibility to lead the regional council on how they're going to review these plans that come after the meeting.
Andrew,
Yeah.
I have one question. It says, will you send the participants this PowerPoint that was presented today?
I'm thinking you mean the chairs? The chairs, I sent the PowerPoint. I sent you this when I gave you the link. I included the PowerPoint on that email. For representatives, when they have their meeting, there is a link to it on the Higher Education Regional Council webpage for the THECB. See if that answered the question.
Yes, they said thank you.
Good, good. I also gave you a document that says meeting procedures for the chairs. That'll help you out. And it goes basically over the same things that I said in the PowerPoint. It's just a little bit more detailed. I'm pulling it up now. Hopefully it'll come. There you go. It gives you the responsibilities that we talked about what needs to be in the materials that you send to the coordinating board, talks about what needs to be in the off-campus plans, what each type of institution needs to submit, the exceptions, where you submit it. It gives you the document submission portal link and the Texas HERC information that I talked about earlier and my contact information. So this is the PowerPoint in a 2-page document. And I believe that's all of the important. Oh, also I did include with your information when I sent the email, I included a copy of the notification for HERC meetings that was sent to all the institutions. And it'll also say in there when they were supposed to send you their representative information. Contact it. All right. My first question is, if everybody, you can unmute, and speak. Will the dual credit issue be solved with the idea that I'm proposing? Just list the location, say either dual credit programs or dual credit courses instead of listing all. Will that work? Anything on your side, Victor?
This is Carol Haynes from Monroe College.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
And I believe that that's a great start. So I will propose that I'm the chair of the Metroplex HERC, and so I will propose that idea.
Okay, if that'll work and there's no objections, I think that will help the process and it'll lessen the amount of input that you have on these forms. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Thank you.
Not a problem, and especially because they're for notification and not approval. So that's why I think that that'll solve the problem without too much problem.
This is Cindy Kimbrell. That's a great idea to me.
Good. Glad to hear it. Thank you, Susie.
Andrew, this is Carol again. Will you explain that in the next meeting that you have with all of the HERC representatives?
Yes, ma'am. On my list.
Thank you.
Are we going to be included in that meeting?
The HERC meeting, And I need to talk with Victor one more time. Right now, the link to enter the meeting is on the website. I just need to check if I need to add some more information so that they can enter it, because right now it comes up, but I think I might need to put a password or something. But once I put that information on the HERC website, anybody can click in and listen.
Correct.
So do
That's
I? Oh,
great
Victor,
because I'm new.
yeah, not a problem. And like I said, if you ever have any issues that I can help you with, don't hesitate to contact me. I know this is a big undertaking, especially during the spring semester, especially in COVID-19. So whatever I can do to make this easier, I will.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Victor, do we need to do some type of test on the other one, or
No.
do I need to add the password or the what was it?
If I thought I had provided it to you, but if I haven't, I can provide it to you.
No, you provided it to me. I just don't have it on the HERC site yet.
Okay. Yeah. Once it's there, there's nothing we need to do. Anybody can attend.
So there's two things there, Victor. There's a password and then there's a number. I forgot what they called it.
Right. The reason for the password is something new that WebEx has started. If you use the WebEx app to access a meeting, you need the password. If you just go in through a web browser, you do not.
So but I don't need to put the number up there, just the password.
Well, yeah, they need the number too, because that identifies which meeting it is when they log in or when they try to attempt it. So the access code they also need.
Right.
So it asks.
I need to put the access and the password for the representative meeting on the page.
Correct.
Okay, I can do that. I'll talk with Ernest, try to get that up today. Right. I believe that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Are there any outstanding questions that I did not answer? Is there something that's burning on you that you would like to have answered? Because I know this is a lot right now. Some of you have already been doing this for a while, and it's old hat, so shouldn't be any problem. Any other questions? Anything, Victor?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Thank you all for chiming in and participating in this orientation. Please be safe. Stay safe out there. And once again, we highly recommend you conduct your meetings virtually, if possible. Our best wishes to all. You're welcome. Good luck with everybody. Bye-bye.